This week in my Working with Apple series, I've got a little magic trick I really want to show you. Hello and welcome to another episode of my Working with Apple series. My name is Carl Pauline and this week I'm going to show you a fantastic trick that you can use between Apple Notes and Apple's Reminders app. Now the two work brilliantly together, and if you're using the C.O.D system, that's collect, organize and do, this is one of those little tricks that you will find incredibly useful. Now for those of you who know my C.O.D system, you know really you spend it, C.O.D stands for collect, organize and do. So throughout the day you're collecting ideas. But what happens if you're collecting a note? You're kind of brainstorming ideas and you're gathering everything into your notes, and within that note you've got a number of tasks that you want to take into your Reminders app to remind you to do later. Well, I'm going to show you how to do that on macOS Catalina and iOS 13. Now before we go any further, I would just like to say if you get any value from this video, I would be most appreciative if you would just hit that like button below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you want to get the latest news, tips and tricks on using Apple's productivity system or productivity apps, then please subscribe to my channel. Okay, let me now take you into Apple Notes and Apple Reminders on both iOS and macOS Catalina and show you this little magic trick. Right, so the first thing is once you've created your note, and this is one of those places now that you can see how I plan my YouTube videos each week, because this is essentially how I do it. Now, for those of you who are new to my series, I used to do this all in Evernote, but to cut a long story short, I'm having a few issues with Evernote on my iOS devices at the moment, so I thought I would experiment with Apple Notes. So here's one of those little magical tricks that Apple never tell us about, and we just have to discover for ourselves. So let's imagine that I've created a note and there's a task in here that I want to add to my reminders. So all I have to do is, let's just say I'm going to highlight this here, and I'm just going to go right click or control click and click on share. And what you'll see is I get a few options about how I want to share this text. I'm just going to go to my add to reminders, tap on that, and it's going to say this is going to give me the title of the note, and then the note itself will be the actual words. But I can change this if I want, I can type the change away if I want in here, but I'm just going to choose this and add this to my inbox, and I'm going to add the note. Now it doesn't open my Reminders app, it doesn't need to, because all I need to do now is if I go into Reminders and I can open up Reminders, and you'll see that this has now been added into my YouTube, into my inbox, and I can process this wherever I want. So again, the title is there, and I have the note that I highlighted. I do apologize if you can't read this very well. You can't actually adjust the text size in Reminders on Mac OS Catalina, but all the same, that is something that you can do. And of course, now I can add more details. I can just go into the information bar here and I can add in more details that I may wish, flag it and so on. But the most important thing to me, and this is one of the beauties of using Apple's system, like the whole system, is this is now showing the icon for notes right there. If I tap on that, that's going to open the note immediately in the Notes app. And now let me show you how to do this on iOS, because I guess a lot of you out there are probably using the iOS version of Notes and Reminders more than you're using the Catalina version. So let me just show you how to do that on your iPhone. Okay, so here we are in my iOS Notes, and this time rather than highlighting the actual title up here, I'm going to highlight this first section at the top right up here. I'll just do that one, and you can see from the share sheet that I have right here, I can just hit share, and then I can just move along here. Now, I don't actually have it set up stupidly. I will set this up immediately after this recording. But if I go into there, I can just tap reminders. It's going to bring it up. Again, the title is editable, but it's brought up the title of the note. I know it's important. And it's auto because I've already set my inbox as my default. So I can just add, and that's gone. Now if I come out of that and I go into my reminders, if I look in my inbox, you've got the original one that I just did on Catalina up at the top there, but now you've got the second one which I've just created from my iOS device right down here. And once again the icon is there, so if I just tap on the icon, it'll open up the note itself. That is just super fast, and it's just another example of why when you use the built-in apps on Apple, they do tend to work seamlessly together. And I'm really excited about this particular one because this opens up an incredible possibility. And to be fair, I have been experimenting with this using my Todoist, which is my to-do list manager of choice, and I absolutely love it. I've got it working brilliantly, and I do love the integration. It just works even better actually than the way that Evernote does work. So there you go. I wanted to show you that. To me, it's magical. Maybe to you it's boring, but I really like it, and I did want to share it with you, how you can share your notes with reminders. Just fantastic. Okay, just remains for me now to wish you all a very productive week. Thank you for watching this video. Now, if you have enjoyed these Apple videos that I'm doing and you want to build your very own Apple productivity system, then please check out my Create Your Own Apple Productivity System course, which is available from my Learning Center and is incredible value, and it will show you how to bring all these parts together, the Notes app, iCloud, reminders and calendar, into one beautiful productivity system. Check out the course here. The details are below, and I hope to see you in the course.